from the Local 4 News Studios. This is Fox 18 News at 9 in high definition.
Good evening, I'm Chris Langlois. Jim and Tiffany have the night off. Thanks for joining us for Fox 18 News at 9. First on Fox tonight, Republican presidential candidate Ben Carson stopped by the Quad Cities today. He paid a visit to Precision Signs in Bettendorf, making a speech and meeting with supporters at a town hall meeting there. Fox 18's Ashley Richmond was at the event today and joins us now live in the newsroom with the details. Ashley?
Well, Chris, it was a packed house at Precision Signs tonight. Standing room only, as more than 100 people filled the room to hear Ben Carson speak, with hundreds more circling the building outside, just waiting to get in. They actually had to hold two separate town hall meetings to give everyone a chance to see the Republican candidate speak. Ben Carson spoke about topics like healthcare and education, saying that the U.S. needs to focus on the next generation to be able to compete on a global scale.
What we need to do is provide school choice. It needs to be done on a statewide basis through a voucher system so that there's no child whose parents want to put them in a better school that can't do that.
Bettendorf was one of Carson's many stops during his multi-day tour throughout the state. Ashley Richmond, Fox 18 News.
All right, thank you, Ashley. First at 9, more presidential candidates are headed to the Quad Cities this week. Martin O'Malley will make a stop in Davenport on Friday. It's part of his final grassroots push before caucus night. The O'Malley Unplugged, the new leadership tour, stops at the UFCW Local 431 at 5:15 this Friday. Rand Paul is also coming to Davenport on Friday. He's celebrating his 53rd birthday at the River Music Experience. That's at 8 o'clock. It's part of his two-day swing through the state that includes stops in Council Bluffs and North Liberty as well. Former President Bill Clinton is back on the campaign trail, stumping for his wife. Today he stopped in Cedar Rapids. He spoke in support of Hillary's campaign and President Obama's executive action on gun control. Today, Planned Parenthood announced they are also endorsing Hillary for president. There's a new sight to see along the Davenport riverfront. A sculpture of Abraham Lincoln was unveiled today in Bechtel Park. The sculpture honors Lincoln's involvement in a legal case that was involving a steamboat's collision into the Rock Island Railroad Bridge. The case put Lincoln into the national spotlight before his presidency. Well, it's been a wet day in the Quad Cities. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Andy McCrae for a check of the weather in your Fox Fastcast. Andy?
Hey, Chris, a little more light rain coming up tonight in the Quad Cities, but it will stay rain, not freezing rain or snow, as temperatures will be just warm enough for just a little bit of light rain coming up tonight. In the Quad Cities, here's our updated temperature now, a little after 9 o'clock, 38 degrees, 39 in Chicago, 38 in Milwaukee. Satellite radar shows the green on the map. That's the light rain moving into and through the Quad Cities, so there will be a few more showers coming up tonight. Here's your forecast for tonight. First on Fox, a low temperature of 35, and when it's not raining, we'll have a little bit of fog, but the temperatures again will stay steady, and that means light rain tonight. But there is a chance for snow in the forecast this weekend. I'll have those details coming up in just a few minutes, Chris.
All right, thank you, Andy. First at 9, police in suburban Chicago think they may have prevented a shooting at an elementary school there. That's where officers shot an armed man they say was taking pictures outside the school while wearing a bulletproof vest.
Task force investigators have determined the vest worn by the offender was a tactical style vest with homemade metal inserts inside of the vest.
The school was placed on lockdown while officers chased the unnamed man. Police say a brief chase led to a physical altercation, and that's when officers fired. An investigation into that incident is ongoing. And now Illinois schools could soon be getting an unexpected surprise when it comes to safety drills. A task force was created to help better prepare schools for different crises. One recommendation calls for at least one safety drill to be unannounced. If approved, the group is looking to put a focus on active shooter drills.
An armed shooter, I don't know if I would feel comfortable if my child knew that was why they were holding the unexpected alarm.
The director of school support in Springfield says they always look at new ways to improve safety. He said just doing what they've been doing in the past is just too simple of an option. And a few Illinois police departments are already taking action. The Dixon Police Department, Lee County Sheriff's Department, Dixon Fire Department, and Dixon Rural Fire Department joined forces at Lincoln Elementary School to conduct numerous live scenarios today. This all to ensure departments have the most advanced tactics possible to deal with active shooter incidents. Fox 18's Ash Simpson gives us an inside look at those drills.
According to a recent FBI report, there were 160 active shooter incidents between 2000 and 2013. These resulted in 1,043 total casualties. Public safety departments in Lee County went through active shooter training today, focusing on physical, mental, and tactical training should they ever have to respond to a mass casualty event.
Well, you're never going to remain totally calm and focused, but the more you train, the more confidence you're going to get in your tactics, and you're going to see that they actually work. So we have to continually do this.
This is the first time in recent years that police, sheriffs, and fire departments have conducted a large-scale joint training. In the past, paramedics stayed in one place while patients were brought to them. Today, officers took EMS workers into the shooting zone so they could immediately care for victims.
Well, they're finding out that we can save victims quicker if we get in there and get to the victims quicker and get them to emergency care faster. More lives are being saved.
In today's scenario, there was one active shooter, but a lot of casualties, so all police and fire departments were able to train. Chief Langloss says that a lot has changed over the past decade, so training is important to minimize injuries and loss of life. The chief says communication among departments is key.
The big weakness is communication. We're on a different frequency than the sheriff's department, who's on a different frequency than EMS. So having that unified command post, streamlining those communications, working with our dispatch center so they know if we call something in, to repeat it on the sheriff's department's frequency, that's huge.
Lee County officials say they'll continue to have drills like the one today as often as possible in order to improve tactics with changing times. Ash Simpson, Fox 18 News.
All right, thank you, Ash. And first on Fox, a Clinton, Iowa man is dead after a crash in Illinois. It happened just before 9 o'clock last night. The Joe Davies Sheriff Department says 31-year-old Alec Horst was killed when his car hit a tree off Route 84 in Hanover. No one else was hurt in that crash. That accident is currently under investigation. Police are looking for help finding a man missing since Tuesday from Clinton. 36-year-old Joshua Snyder was last seen walking from his home on Tuesday. He suffers from epilepsy and doesn't have his medication. If you have any information, you're asked to call police. And the Quad Cities Missing Persons Network is organizing a search. That's tomorrow at 9 a.m. at Eagle Point Park in Clinton. Police in East Moline want your help locating a suspect in a December burglary. Yesterday, police issued a warrant for 20-year-old Ethan Keeley. Police say Keeley, along with Lane Mills and an unnamed minor, stole jewelry and firearms from a home on 26th Street back on December 14th. Mills and that minor are currently in custody. If you know Ethan Keeley's whereabouts, give East Moline Police a call. Well, still ahead first on Fox tonight, Galesburg School District is trying to decide which cuts to make to balance its budget, the options they have, and when they'll decide. Plus, President Obama hosts a town hall tonight, what he's discussing and which group declined an invitation to join. You're watching Fox 18 News at 9.